QBS special guest.
Today we're talking about something that so many of us quietly experience, and that is living in survival mode. You know that feeling of being constantly on edge, always doing, always rushing, but never really feeling calm, even when things seem fine. So to help us understand why that happens and how to find our way back to balance, we're joined today by Gigi Baba, a health coach and wellness advisor at Seed Health and Wellness. Welcome to the show, Gigi.
Thank you, Al-Johara. Thank you for having me and for opening up such an important topic. Like, I see those people in survival mode almost every day in the center.
I bet. I can only bet. So let's start at the beginning. And what does it really mean when you say someone is stuck in survival mode? And how does it actually feel when you're in that state?
Okay. So, you know, when you're in survival mode, let's start with what it feels. Maybe some audience can relate. It's when you feel constantly alert, there's tension. And as you said, even when nothing is wrong, you have difficulty relaxing, difficulty feeling joy or enjoying the moment, maybe overthinking, irritability. It could lead to trouble sleeping, digesting. You feel disconnected from your present moment, from your body, maybe from your needs even. And there's overwhelm and lack of clarity. All of those at once, or one of them.
And now, like, for those that aren't stuck in survival mode, right? If they see someone stuck in that that state, how can they notice that?
Look, it's someone who you feel is on the run and can't really stop to enjoy. And I see a lot of those people like, oh, why don't you sit and relax? Oh, we can't sit and relax. We might have thoughts. These are people in the survival mode.
Like, oh, I can't sit in the quiet.
I
have to have noise.
Exactly.
Okay. That's very interesting. So how does our body confuse emotional stress with real danger? And what effect does that have on our health over time?
Okay, so let's start with how do you reach the survival mode? So it starts with stress. Stress, however, is a temporary response. It's something that, you know, your body detects a threat, a challenge, maybe a deadline, an argument, something that happens, maybe a loss, whatever it is, and you have a stress response, and that's completely fine. Your body is trying to help you cope. But then survival mode is a mode. You're not in a response. You're stuck there, and it's going on and on, as if the stress is never ending, although the stress has passed. So this is if we want to make a little distinguishment between what is stress and what is survival mode. What it could lead to, this is what you've been asking about. Well, you know, when you're in survival mode, basically you're in a state of nervous system. You're in a sympathetic nervous system state. We call it fight or flight. So you're ready either to fight something
or to fly.
Either to fly, to flee. So eventually your body is not made to stay in this mode for so long. It can only be for a few moments, a very limited period of time. So with time, it will lead to feeling tired, numb, completely disconnected, hopeless, unable to connect. It looks like depression. This is when you stay in the survival mode for so long, and furthermore, it's linked to chronic diseases. It's at the root cause of many chronic diseases. I'm talking autoimmune diseases, insulin resistance, blood pressure, heart issues, a lot of things.
And I'm guessing it can also lead to things like gut health issues.
Definitely, because when you're in stress, you're focusing on, you know, again, either fighting or fleeing, and you don't have time to reproduce, you don't have time to detox, you don't have time to digest. Like, these are not priorities, right? Like, imagine there's a lion or there's a fire. Would you want your body to focus on digestion and reproduction? No.
Where's the time to focus
Exactly.
on that?
You want your body to give you blood flow to your extremities, you want your heart rate, you want your focus, your alertness. This is a stress response, but again, as we said, we're not made to remain in the stress response for so long. Yeah.
What is the ideal time for someone to get themselves out of that place?
Ideal time? Well, as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Look, normally all of us are switching between the sympathetic state or the stress response and the calm response. Stress and calm, stress and calm. Okay. This is the normal, because of course you need to be in sympathetic at some points in your day to finish to do. But and this, if you're able to switch from stress to calm easily, then you're well regulated. This is what we say, a regulated nervous system. But if you're having difficulty and each stress takes you really down and long time to recover, then here there's an issue. And of course, we have to start with dealing with this kind of stress.
It's really amazing how so many things can really play on your health that you don't even notice play on your health, right? Because you'd be like, I'm absolutely fine.
Yeah. Actually, yesterday, I'm going to give you a little example. I had a patient and she's telling me, within a year, I got sick 8 times with the flu. I do have stress, but hey, I'm coping well with it. Sorry, no, you're not coping well with it if your immune system is giving you those kind of signals, because also, the nervous system controls all the systems.
Right.
So whenever you have any issue with any system, first start thinking about, am I stressed? And as we said, it could be not a current stress, it could be a previous stress that you haven't recovered well, and you deserve to look back and, process things well.
So I want to know, how does being in survival mode affect, our habits like sleeping and eating?
Okay. When you're in survival mode, basically you're in stress. So under stress, it's very difficult to take any good decision, and any behavior change trial would most probably lead to failure. So definitely when you're also under stress, your eating is affected, because you'd want comfort food, you'd want some dopamine. So what would you eat if you were stressed? Like, not a salad for sure. You're gonna go for some comfort food, carbs food, and sugar, of course. Some people say, oh, I don't crave sugar, I crave salty. Yeah, salty is sugar, because like it's carbs underneath the salt. So it's also sugar. So yeah, it affects your eating habits. It affects your sleep. You would notice people in survival mode can't sleep early. They would lead themselves to be so tired, maybe sit so long on the social media before they sleep, or on the TV or whatever. And then when they eventually manage to sleep, it's not a deep restorative sleep. It's you might wake up at night, or not wake up.
Superficial sleep.
It's superficial. So you might wake up feeling tired and So and if sleep is affected, then what is affected again? Food.
Everything else.
Yeah, and everything else.
Everything else, because your cues just go out of whack.
Sure, I can tell you, like, if I'm not sleeping well, don't talk to me. Yeah.
I literally, because I love my producers. They just joined us this year, Precious and a few others, and I had to make it known to them. I was like, look, guys, I have bipolar disorder, and if my sleep if I come into work and I'm quiet, I don't want to talk to anybody, I'm not even looking at you, it means I didn't have a good night sleeping, and I'm don't do it. Just don't talk to me.
Definitely, yeah. So, of course. And from sleep, as you said, the detoxification is affected, digestion is affected, everything is affected. And you go into a cycle.
Yeah.
So, and that besides your mood, like you're not in the mood to talk, to be calm, to hope even. You're pretty much negative all the time. You don't have patience even on yourself. And,
irritability is high.
Irritability, yeah. And if you're there, don't blame yourself much. Fix things first, arrange the environment for yourself, and then think, oh, why I'm not doing this or why I'm not doing that. But lack of sleep and stress, come on, like what are you going to do, right?
Cortisol is there, you have no dopamine, you're not receiving
exactly
all the good emotion stimuli is not coming to you. So it can also lead to, instead of going for comfort food, it can lead to somebody cutting out food completely.
That's correct. Some people, when they're like under high peaks of stress, yes, because of the slowing of digestion, as we mentioned, like your body is not working on digesting food at this moment. It's paused, okay? So definitely you won't feel like eating. But so it depends from person to person.
All right, I see. How about our emotions and our mood? How are these, that aspect affected by being in a state of mind of constant survival mode?
So if you're in survival mode, definitely the parts of your brain that regulate emotions and work on this aspect are affected. So definitely you will feel, as we said, irritable, mood swings. Look, even if I'm going to go to the basics, even if you're not in survival mode, I find lots of people don't know the basics of emotional management, which is how to recognize my emotions, accept my emotions, and deal with them. And this is a whole like big story on its own that we really have to strengthen ourselves in.
No, definitely, for sure. I've interviewed many a life coach, many a psychiatrist, and so on, and that's like one of the things that we always go back to.
Yeah.
Right? Is acknowledging what you feel.
You know, I'm going to tell you something. Even me, being a health coach and someone who advises people to feel their feelings and accept their feelings, we're human after all. And sometimes feeling the feelings and sitting with them is really difficult. Really difficult, like super difficult, because it's not as easy as sit, accept, so
some people would be like, I'd rather chew off my own hand than get into emotions.
Exactly, that's true. So my story was that I did we have a massage at Seed Health and Wellness Center. It's called Nervous System Reset, so it helps you in releasing your emotions. When I did it, I discovered I have a lot of pushed anger, so I'm the good girl. I don't want to show my anger, and it's not a conscious thing I do, right?
It's something we were ingrained with,
and lots
growing
of fear
up.
And lots of fear also I found, and it was healing for me just to release those emotions and feel them and let them go. It's as simple as that, but yeah, it needs practice. My point, sometimes you need support. You need someone to take your hand and make you feel your emotions and make you feel safe while doing that, and then you could feel better. I think it's a big piece.
It is, and again, a lot of times we don't realize we're in this state. For example, my best friend, I remember one time I had just picked her up from her house. We were going to go run some errands and then just, relax at my house, just spend some time together. And I'm driving, and then I reach a stoplight. All of a sudden, she starts breaking down and telling me like something she's been holding in, nobody knows. And she just broke down and started telling me, and I was like, oh my God, wait. I was like, I need to park the car somewhere, and I need to
It's a big topic.
Yeah. I was like, wait, this is not the great time. I was like, let me park the car first, and then I can hold your hand and talk you through this.
And listen to you and look into your eyes. This could be regulating on its own, by the way.
That is very true. It can be something as simple as that.
Of course you've talked to ChatGPT, haven't you?
I don't like AI.
No?
I don't like AI.
I'm going to tell you something. I have talked to ChatGPT, and I have tried to use it as a therapist or whatever. And he can do a really good job. He validates your feelings, but what he can do is look in your eyes and make you feel okay. So we still need the co-regulation. This is what we call. And you can get it from a friend, a coach, or anyone, or of course a therapist, or anyone who's authentically willing to support you and be there for you.
So what are some simple and practical things that people can do to help their body move out of survival mode and back into the calmness?
Okay. There are tons of really simple things to do, but you know what? I feel people dismiss them because they are so simple. But basically, let me put it this way. So survival mode is your nervous system, or more accurately, the limbic part of your brain catching threat everywhere when there is no threat. So basically what you need to do is tell it, hey, this is not threat. My kid's nagging is not threat. My baby crying is not threat. This email, this argument, all of those are not threat. I'm fine. I'm okay. So you have to tell your nervous system, I'm safe. How do you tell your nervous system I'm safe? There are few things that you can work on that are related to something we call interoception and neuroception. Interoception is feeling your body, teaching yourself to feel your body. Neuroception is teaching yourself to look around and see textures, see colors, hear sounds, and again, reinforcing that all of those are safe. This is the neuroception. So what does it mean in simple terms? It means breathing, okay? And it's not about the deep breath in as much as it's about the deep breath out. So if you want, we can do it together. It would be like, you could hold for a moment and then okay, this is an instant turn on for your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the calm system, which is the rest and digest system, where your body does all the amazing things and lets you sleep and digest. Okay, it's not only breath. When you felt stressed, your body gathered all this energy for you to fight or flight. right? So, and you didn't use this energy, you're basically sitting behind your desk. So you need to mobilize this energy. So I would say gentle movement, go out, leave the room, move around, make physical activity, any kind of physical activity part of your day. It could be just morning stretch or evening stretch. So that's for movement. And there's a simple exercise I use a lot with my patients, and I teach it for everyone almost I see stressed, which is look around, find 3 things you can see, find 3 things you can hear.
The senses, grounding technique.
Yes. Catch 3 sensations in your body. Could be anything like your breath in, could be the chair supporting you. And then take 3 deep breaths like the one we just did. And then tell yourself, I'm safe, and feel it. Because you know what? Yes, some things, some emails could be threats, some instability could be threat, and we are afraid of a lot of things in this life, in this uncertain life. But hey, if you look at the bigger picture, you're okay. You're okay. And if you don't really feel okay, maybe use your spiritual aspect, say a little prayer, or take it deeper, like the breathing to your inside, and then you really feel okay. Because you can't control it all after all. So.
That's very, very true. That's a very interesting version of the senses technique that I haven't heard of that version of the senses technique. It's usually the 5 things you can, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Yeah, you could do it like this, but like you could even like go deeper on each one of those. Like for the feel 3 sensations in your body, you could do it as a full body scan, and it's a great exercise that strengthens what I just told you about the interoception. Some people, when they're under a lot of stress, they are dissociated from their body needs. They don't know they need to eat. They don't know they need to go to the bathroom even. And you might find yourself guilty of it. If you're there, work on feeling your body, and this on its own, it tells your body that hey, she's here. Oh, she listens to our cues. So then we're safe, right? And there's also the touch. So the touch could be like a hug from a dear friend, even a self hug. Could be also like rubbing your hands,
touching your cat.
Touching your cat, wallah, yeah. I will tell you a funny story. So we have a colleague at Seed that, she's very cute. She hugs anyone from the staff who comes into her. And you don't realize how much you need this nice, casual hug unless you get it. And it always feels good to be around her. And she even says it's therapeutic, right? So yeah, she's the hugger.
That's really nice.
Tatiana.
Shout out Tatiana.
Yeah.
Now, if we can, out of the things you listed, pick just one to be like the most important, or the most this is the best way to, take yourself back.
Like the safety exercise, if you do it every day, it's actually a super powerful exercise. Again, it's very simple, but it's super powerful. You can even use it if you're having immune issues, chronic diseases. It's actually used. But also, I would say, if you're always looking for the simple thing and you're always finding yourself in this loop of survival mode, maybe ditch the breath. I will tell you this for a little while, and look and reflect. What is it something you're pushing it off? What is it something that you need to change in your life that you're not? Because sometimes you really need to get to the root cause and not just cover it with, I exercise, I breathe, I should be fine. No, sometimes you actually have to do something about your life. Look, this is actually one of the things we do in coaching. We provide safe space for the person to reflect on different aspects of their life, and ask deep questions to peel the onion if you want. And then the person realizes they have more clarity towards their next steps. It doesn't have to be with a coach. It's helpful to be with a coach, but you can take the time to reflect. What is it that I don't like? What is it that's draining me? And what is it that I really need if I'm going to be honest with myself? So this is what I would say. Be honest and reflect.
Now, lastly, where can our listeners go to learn more about the work that you do at Seed Health and Wellness Center?
Sure, I'd love to get more questions and feedback from the audience. They can go to my Instagram page, MindBite by Gigi, so mindbite_by_Gigi. They can also go to Seed page, seed.health. Yeah, that's basically it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here today, Gigi. It was absolutely amazing opening up this topic with you. I would love to go deeper into it next time, so we can hopefully we can bring you back.
Inshallah, for sure.